How you guys doing? This is Sahar TV, and in today's video we'll see Myron Gaines' new video called How Israel Should Have Responded to October 7th. Pure propaganda. Let's watch and react.
How should Israel have responded to a terrorist attack which just...
All right, let me go through. I'm going to tell you guys how Israel should have responded. I didn't get a chance to fucking finish my statement on this, but your boy Myron Gaines is going to go ahead and give you guys a full analysis of how they should have responded. Now, when October 7th happened, right, we know that roughly 200 plus Israelis were kidnapped and brought back to the Gaza Strip, right? And we know that leading up to the Israelis invading the Gaza Strip and bombing them, because they knew at that point, holy shit, we fucked up, right? They're going to hit us hard. There was a deal in place to get the hostages back.
There was absolutely no deal in place 2 days after October 7th. It is not verifiable. It's not proven. And let me tell you this, even if there would have been a hostage exchange deal, I would have never accepted it as a prime minister. 2 days after October 7th, you're expecting me to get the hostages back and not invade? Are you kidding me? You don't dictate the rules. You invaded my country. You killed my people. You raped women. You did horrific things to our people. And now you're telling me how to dictate the war? To eliminate you? If Hamas would have surrendered completely and would have given the hostages back completely, then yes, I would have understood. But this was never a term of Hamas. Hamas always wants to stay in power.
Right? Without invading. Now, what they should have done was do the deal, get the hostages back. Once you get the hostages back, you could go ahead and bomb Gaza relentlessly. But
again, another BS. Myron Gaines would still have been on our asses. Candace Owens would have still been on our asses because it has nothing to do with Palestinians. It has to do with Jewish hatred, anti-Israel hatred, and disgusting. Yeah.
That would have been a good idea. What they should have done was utilize and leverage their intelligence agencies, their informants, okay? All the people that they have inside Gaza that operate for them, and started to systematically target and assassinate all the leaders of Hamas.
Israel's been doing targeted assassinations since the year 2007. All of us were able to see the outcome of these targeted assassinations when October 7th happened. They didn't do anything. You have to go inside that land and you have to eradicate and dismantle each and every single person who is affiliated to this terrorist group. Even if it takes years, wars sometimes take years. So this is the price they have to pay for doing this.
Then just work your way backward from there. They did it with Hezbollah, and Hezbollah is a bigger, stronger, better armed, better trained militia than Hamas. So I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, you know, we had to go in there and get rid of them. You guys really didn't have to go into Lebanon and get rid of Hezbollah. Yeah, you had some fights on the southern Lebanon, but that was a very quick war. Lasted maybe a month or two.
To claim this was just quick and that nobody had to invade, we invaded Lebanon with brute force. We were in there with a lot of our military, and the reason why it didn't take so long is because of the Beeper operation. That it completely weakened Hezbollah's operation, making this war take a lot less time.
And you guys were out of there, and you guys didn't invade the entire, you guys couldn't make it past the fucking Litani River. That's all.
If you don't know where the Litani River is, it's in Lebanon. So we were inside Lebanon, according to what he's claiming. We were not inside, we were inside Lebanon.
The conversation. But the point is, it was a limited ground entry alongside a bombing campaign and an intelligence operation. They didn't do that with Gaza.
It was a full-out operation inside Lebanon. Again, another lie.
They just said, let's level it. And the reason why they leveled it, despite what they tell you, is it wasn't about just eliminating Hamas, okay? What they're not telling you is that there were 3 priorities, okay? That's what the Israeli government is scared to admit. The number 1 priority, we need the Palestinians out of Gaza. That's number 1.
No. This is a serious allegation, and you cannot prove to me that Israel had some sort of policy of expulsion for the civilians of Gaza. Maybe to get them out of harm's way, but not to expel them. Again, this is just speculation of Myron Gaines.
Number 2, we need to get rid of Hamas.
100%.
So we not only do we need the Palestinians out, we also need Hamas out as well, right? And then 3rd, the hostages. The hostages are at the bottom of the fucking total pole when it comes to the priorities.
You see how Myron just decided to put it like this? Get rid of the Gazans, this is the top priority, ethnic cleansing, and then get rid of Hamas, and then bring back the hostages. He just decided to make this order on his own. Yet if you listen to the speeches of Israeli officials, they say we need to bring back the hostages and dismantle Hamas. Always saying this sentence first, and then dismantling Hamas. Myron Gaines are trying to put ideas in your brain like they're the least of our priority, which is complete bullshit. We have released thousands of terrorists for the hostages that did come back. And I do agree that every single hostage should be coming back. However, if Hamas remains in power and my family is going to be next, this is a no-go. The hostages must be released unconditionally and Hamas must surrender unconditionally.
For your boy Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, an idiot that I was debating was saying, well, Myron, the people are protesting. The people want the hostages back. You're right. It's Netanyahu that doesn't want it back. You're right. So who makes the decision? Like, bro, your people are protesting. They want the hostages back, and they're not getting them back. Who is to blame? Netanyahu. Who makes the decisions? Netanyahu.
Again, another pure speculation by Myron Gaines. He cannot prove that Netanyahu doesn't care or never cared about the hostages. It's just pure speculation.
And the reason why they're protesting is because I'm correct. He doesn't care about the hostages. He never did. They're a political ploy to extend the war. Simple as that, bro. Simple as that. So when we were having this debate or whatever, like he just didn't get it. So again, get the hostages back, utilize your intelligence agencies, systematically and accurately target the heads. You have the ability to do it. You did it with Hezbollah and you did it with Iran. I find it interesting that they were able to launch Operation Rising Lions against a superior fucking military and intelligence service with the IRGC and Iran, and also against Hezbollah. You use all this high-tech shit when you go ahead and attack Iran and Hezbollah, but you can't do it with these fucking Palestinians in Gaza that don't have half the capabilities of these other military groups. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You're forgetting one thing, Myron. First of all, we did not dismantle Iran's regime. They're still strong. They're still powerful. And as for the Hezbollah attack, it followed a ground invasion, which we are currently doing in the Gaza Strip. Now, the problem is that they are hiding among civilians. They're hiding in tunnels. They're hiding in hospitals. They're hiding in schools. They're hiding in ambulances, in mosques, and churches, which makes the whole operation a lot more complicated. They're also dressed like civilians. So going after Hamas without knowing who is Hamas and who isn't makes the whole thing very, very complicated. Also, the hostages are used as human shields. So attacking every place is not the solution. You have to go inside, you have to take security control and slowly close on Hamas. Even if it takes 5 years, that's what needs to happen. Wars usually take a long time, especially in such complex terrain.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fatality.
Get the fuck out of here. So this is why it's inexcusable. They ran the Patriot operation against Hezbollah, a bigger and a very sophisticated paramilitary group. They ran Operation Rising Lions, where they had Mossad assets behind enemy lines, building fucking drones for months. They used those drones to attack Iran's air defense, and they launched precision strikes and killed 9 generals and several nuclear scientists.
We killed a lot more generals in Gaza through precision strikes. A lot more. Yet it still didn't prevent October 7th from happening. So Myron, you're dripping of speculation. Just wipe it off right here.
Welcome punch!
They ran the Patriot operation, which took 10 years, by the way. 10 fucking years. They had bombs and fucking beepers. And they detonated them all within 48 hours or so and killed and or maimed and or destroyed the infrastructure of Hezbollah alongside targeted strikes. How the fuck can Israel do that to stronger nations with stronger militaries, with stronger intelligence services, but they can't do that to Hamas?
How did the United States miss 9/11? How did the British government miss the 7/7 attacks? Superb intelligence, how did they miss it? What about the Madrid train bombing in 2004? How did they miss it? So again, everything he's saying is speculation.
I'll tell you fucking why. It was never about destroying Hamas.
Mm-hmm.
It's about taking the land.
If it's about land, why did we leave Gaza in 2005? If it's about the land, why did we dig up Israeli bodies from Gaza? Because we knew exactly what the Gazans were going to do to them. If it's about the land, why did we completely give the Sinai Peninsula back for peace? If it's about the land, why did we offer to give the West Bank back to the Jordanians? They refused. If it's about the land, why did Israel make attempts to return the Golan Heights for peace? Answer these questions.
See, this is why I always beat these honest, bro. This is why them niggas don't let me talk.
just to remind
Because I'd be cooking them, bro. There's no excuse to be killing 60,000 Palestinians in Gaza at all.
60,000 Palestinian minus the people who died from natural deaths and diseases, which is 10,000 people approximately, minus 20,000 Hamas members and Islamic Jihad members that were killed so far by the IDF. This is a completely acceptable ratio in war. Myron is going to try and make it seem like it isn't, but it is. Why isn't Myron talking about the situation going on in Syria? Why isn't he talking about the situation going on in Yemen? Why isn't he talking about the situation going on in Ukraine and Russia? Why does he choose to pinpoint his attention to Israel? Maybe because it's the only Jewish state? Possibly.
And it's way more than 60K. This fucking retard said 40,000. Let's go 40,000. 1-to-1 ratio, like you said. That's still 19,000 people that died innocent. That's unacceptable. Well, John Spencer says that this is the best urban warfare ever. This nigga's a retard.
It is the best urban warfare, even without John Spencer.
We can see him talking right now. He's a fucking idiot. Well, I could go to Gaza. Nigga, you're not the press.
Fatality.
You're going to go in there with a fucking AR-15 tricked out with the IDF. You're basically going to be a fucking soldier.
Falcon
Speculation again.
punch.
Nigga over here talking to like, oh, well, I can go. Come with me. You're not the press, bitch. So
it's an interesting genocide, right? When the population actually grows, right? How does that work? Because in general, when a genocide happens, the population gets, I don't know, lessened. Over here, the population actually grew. Also, in the stats that you're citing, which is from the Hamas Health Ministry.
Which figure exactly?
The figure of the amount of people who died.
Okay, which number?
Which number would you like?
You weren't listening. Which number?
Which number would you like?
No, I'm asking you, which number are you disputing?
Any number that you want.
How many do you think died then?
I think it was about 40,000.
You think about 40,000?
Yes.
Okay, let's go with 40,000.
Yeah.
It's more, but that's fine. We'll go 40,000.
However much you want. You could use 50, 60, whatever.
No, let's use 40.
100.
That's fine.
It's
That's
fine.
Now, let me ask you, how many of those 40,000 were Hamas?
Quite a few. More than half.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's say maybe,
More than half.
okay, what do you estimate?
Let's say 21.
Okay.
Let's just use it on a low end. I think it was higher, but let's say 21.
Okay.
Do you know how urban warfare works?
Oh, so here's, okay,
I
let's
was a
address this.
soldier. I know how urban warfare works.
That's great.
In urban warfare, there's a higher percentage
can
of
I-
civilian casualties in
Sure.
every single instance that there was urban warfare. There was a higher percentage of individual casualties than 1-to-1. In this, there's a miraculous 1-to-1. In addition to that, one more point, if you will have
no worries.
it.
Go ahead.
One more point is that there so happens to be no deaths from old ages accounted into this. And in a population of 2 million, we have a perfect statistic of the amount of deaths expected from old ages. But go ahead. You could spew whatever it is you want to spew. I will tell you one last thing before I end, is that Israel will stand strong, regardless of if the whole entire world, all 212 countries stand and tell us that we're wrong, we will stand and survive. But you could go ahead and you could tell us about the genocide where the population expanded. You could tell us about the genocide where somehow there was a 1-to-1, where this is the most moral army in the world. Israel did not have to send out text messages and phone calls to the areas that they're bombing. They do not need to evacuate the
When
population.
you say 1-to-1 ratio,
Myron, why are you sitting like this? Like, what is the point of sitting like this? Well, you want to show your logo? Sit like this, like a normal streamer with a microphone like this.
do you mean civilian to Hamas fighter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, every single civilian death in war is unfortunate and it's a sad occurrence, but this is actually unprecedented in the history of urban warfare. The United States and its allies have acted a lot more irrationally, quote unquote. I think it was rational, but a lot less. The ratio was a lot worse when it comes to this type of war, where you're fighting in a built-up zone against combatants that are hiding behind the civilian populations as a matter of policy, against combatants who are sworn to your destruction regardless of the price. This is a very, very simple equation. Whoever comes to kill you, our Bible says, wake up and kill them first. Now, anybody could say whatever it is they want. I could stand here against the entire world, all 6, 7 billion, 8 billion of them, and we will stand strong until the last man jack. That might hurt to an anti-Israel guy, but we will do it. And I will be there with them. But go ahead.
Okay, so the first point you made was that there isn't a genocide happening. Well, almost every... Where's he going? Where's he going? No, No. Let me address your points. Wow. Okay, that's incredible. So I let him speak, right? I let him speak, and now he doesn't even want to stand on how he's about to get embarrassed right now, because I'm about to refute every single one of his points.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me hear what this anti-Semitic
So let me
has to say.
let me
He
speak.
has the platform. Go ahead.
Let me speak, and I let you say everything that you want to say.
Yeah. Let them know that the Jews won't take this silently. But go ahead.
Okay. So the first claim you made was that this isn't a genocide. Every single genocide
Population grew.
Okay. Every single genocide expert, to include Jewish Israeli researchers that study genocides and are Holocaust researchers, have deemed this as a genocide. Okay.
Again, this accusation is so stupid because he's cherry picking. There's about 50 experts of international law and genocide who concluded this was not genocide, so he's just doing cherry picking.
Okay.
Population
Now,
grew.
that's irrelevant. Systematically removing a group of people.
population grew.
And there's also an ethnic cleansing. Every expert on this is saying that this is a
population grew.
genocide, to include Israeli humanitarian groups. That's number one.
The
So that's not
population
correct.
grew.
How is it ethnic cleansing if there's still 2.2 million Gazans in the Gaza Strip? Ethnic cleansing means to remove them from that piece of land to a different piece of land, but nobody is willing to accept them. They're staying in the same piece of land. They're getting food by Israel. They're getting electricity from Israel. They're getting water by Israel. This defeats the argument of genocide, and this also defeats the argument of ethnic cleansing.
Number two, your figure is 40,000 have died. Fair.
1 to 1.
Okay. Well, yeah. And then you said that about 21,000 were Hamas fighters, right?
At least.
Okay. That means that 19,000 people that are innocent died. That's
Urban warfare
unacceptable.
is unfortunate.
That's no. Oh, it's
Hiroshima,
unfortunate.
Nagasaki,
So let me ask you this.
Dresden.
Let me ask you this. What if Hamas said, "Oh, sorry, bro, we killed 600 of your people"? Would you accept that?
Hamas is not a fighter. Hamas targets civilians by default. That is
Really?
their 1-2 step. Yes.
Really?
Again, very stupid comparison here by Myron Gaines. Very stupid comparison. And the reason I'm saying it's a stupid comparison is because he's saying it's unacceptable to have 19,000 civilian casualties. Well, it's unacceptable to have your country invaded first by terrorists, raping women and doing horrific things to our people, including taking people hostage. And then once Israel retaliates, a war that Israel did not initiate, then people all of a sudden cry and say this is unacceptable. Well, we did not start this war. Since the beginning of the war, we had only 2 conditions to end the war. 1, release the hostages. 2, Hamas surrenders. If these would have been applied on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th day, there would have been no war. Because they chose not to surrender, because they chose not to release the hostages, then right now we're at a war and people die in war. It's horrific, but it happens.
They are sworn to our very
Who's
destruction.
killed more civilians during this conflict?
You could actually try and ratio this as much as you want, but if somebody came and killed one of my children, I will go out and kill every single last one of them.
So you'll
Yes.
kill even innocent people.
I will kill anybody who's responsible for the death
There
of my
you go.
children.
Same here. If Hamas would have threatened the existence of Israel, then I would have done everything and anything in my power to destroy them. Each and every single one of them.
There you go.
Yes.
So isn't it interesting? Basically, off your numbers.
I don't know what kind of pussy you are, that if somebody came and threatened your family, you would
Getting
sit there
emotional.
and take it and say like, oh,
Getting very
let me
emotional.
try avoid collateral damage.
So
It's
anyway.
very simple.
Look,
Anybody who
can you stop
threatens
interrupting
me,
for 2 seconds?
they are right now signing
Look,
their death warrant and their
Look, I
families.
need you to relax a little bit.
I'm
Let me
pretty
finish.
relaxed,
Let
but
me
you
finish
seem
what I'm
you seem
saying.
to be talking.
I was very calm
out
when
of-
you were giving your numbers. Let me please finish what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
So first, you said it wasn't a genocide. Every genocide
Population
researcher,
grew.
every prominent genocide researcher is saying this qualifies
But the
as a genocide.
population grew.
That's number one.
Again, not true. He is cherry picking.
Number
How does
two.
that happen in a
Number
genocide?
two. Number two.
My nation suffered
Number
a
two. Please let me
genocide. We
finish.
lost 6 million
Let me
people.
finish.
That's a genocide.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Next, you claim that 19,000 innocent people died. Even if I went
In
with your
urban
figure,
warfare?
even if I went with your figure, that is too much. Okay.
Urban warfare.
Now,
What gives Myron Gaines the credibility to say this is too much? A propagandist? An international war expert? What is he? How does he know it's too much? Again, it's actually one of the lowest ratios in history. In Syria, 500,000 people died. Iran and Iraq, nearly 1 million people died. Pakistan and India, nearly 14 million refugees, 7 million on each side, with at least 100,000 cases of rape. Who are you to dictate what is too much or not too much in a situation of war? You're nobody. You're a propagandist.
Hold
urban
on.
warfare, the
Dude,
ratio is
bro,
12 to 1.
bro,
Did you see
gotta
what
stop.
happened in the
You have
Philippines
to-
in
you have
the
to
World
stop.
War
You have
II?
to stop.
So as you could have seen from this video, Myron Gaines is very good at speculating. He likes to speculate that Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't care about the hostages. He likes to speculate that one of our top priorities is to completely remove the Gazans. Well, maybe for safety purposes, but not for ethnically cleansing purposes. You claim there's a genocide and every single scholar in the world claims that? You're cherry picking. There's a lot of scholars who say the opposite. Myron Gaines is a clown. He's always been a clown. And he's just writing on this topic because it gets him views. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to support me financially. You can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links in the description. Please don't forget to join the Discord, and you can now become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.